Washington appears to want access to Russian-made S-400 anti-aircraft systems. They have made such a request to Turkey so far. The news was announced by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, Mr. Mevlut Cavusoglu. The request was sent to Ankara with the hope that the obtained data would be provided to Ukraine. Mr. Cavusoglu spoke on the subject on Turkish television, after which Haberturk newspaper quoted him in its article. The Turkish foreign minister announced that Turkey cannot carry out such an action, as it would undermine its authority, sovereignty, and independence. It was on the word sovereignty that Mr. Cavusoglu emphasized, saying that the American request directly affects our sovereignty. It is also clear from the interview with the Turkish foreign minister that Washington has made other proposals that also directly affect our sovereignty. The minister wanted to say what is one of the other scandals, a delivery of S-400 directly to Ukraine. However, Turkey flatly refused. At the end of last year, Ankara officially announced that the Turkish S-400 system had reached its operational combat readiness. Mr. Hulusi Akar, Minister of Defense of Turkey, announced on November 23 to NTV that the Turkish S-400 is ready to be used at any time. Turkey has not yet revealed where the Russian air defense system is installed, but according to open data, it is believed that the system is located at the Anamur Mersin military base. In the last 2 or 3 years, Turkey has conducted several tests of the S-400. One was off the coast of the Black Sea, while another almost caused an international scandal. In 2020, the Turkish S-400 radar locked a Greek F-16 fighter. This test even reached the US Congress. Such an incident is one of the reasons why the US still refuses to sell the F-16 Block 70 to Turkey. Earlier in 2019, Turkey tested the S-400's radar against its older F-16s. The US also learned about this test and expressed serious concern that it is possible not only to learn the weaknesses of the F-16, but also to share some of the information with Russia. Turkey dismissed the latest claim from Washington as a possibility. According to claims in the Russian media, Russia has already used the S-400 in the war in Ukraine. In Russia, they claim that at the beginning of the war, an S-400 from Belarus intercepted a Ukrainian Su-27 over Kyiv and managed to shoot it down. It is said that the interception and downing of the fighter took place at a distance of 150 kilometers. Mr. Cavusoglu reaffirmed that Turkey will not give up the Russian S-400 system at the expense of the F-35. The foreign minister said that the F-35s are no longer of interest to Turkey. This announcement comes amid the recent unveiling of the first operational prototype of Turkey's fifth-generation Khan fighter jet. Back in 2020, Washington imposed sanctions on Turkey's defense industry and kicked the country out of its F-35 fighter jet program over Ankara's decision to buy Russian military equipment. The US has refused to deliver the already ordered jets to Turkey, claiming that Ankara's purchase of the Russian system would jeopardize the security of US military technology. At the same time, Washington wants money from Turkey for the upcoming production of Turkish F-35s on the territory of the United States. Turkey refuses to pay them and wants the money given to acquire the manufactured F-35s, which never arrived on Turkish soil. There are a number of incentives for Turkey to consider passing S-400s on to Ukraine, despite this being an illegal violation of its contract with Russia, which prohibits the resale to third parties without Moscow's permission. Ankara has strongly sided with Kiev in the Russian-Ukrainian conflict that broke out in February 24 and accelerated deliveries of locally assembled drones to Ukraine. Furthermore, with Turkey having been placed under American economic sanctions for its purchase and evicted from the F-35 fighter program in which it was previously a leading member, the country could see sanctions removed and potentially even regain permission to purchase F-35s. These sanctions had been opposed on the basis that the Turkish purchase would provide substantial funds to Russia's defense sector. Should the S-400 prove a serious obstacle to Russian forces, it would help drain the resources of an adversary, one with which Turkish forces have frequently clashed in Syria. Furthermore, while Ukraine is unlikely to be able to afford the S-400, the United States and other NATO member states would very likely reimburse Turkey for its value. Despite these clear incentives, a number of factors make a sale of the S-400 by Turkey to Ukraine unlikely. Should Turkey be willing to violate its contract and sell on the S-400, the United States would likely be more interested in purchasing the systems for its own armed forces rather than pass them on to Ukraine. Older S-300 systems have been used extensively in NATO and Allied exercises to simulate the capabilities of Russian air defenses, and the S-400 would provide an invaluable asset for preparing NATO units to launch offensives into airspace defended by the system. This includes not only Russia, but also China, Belarus, Algeria and in future possibly Iran. No other single asset plays as important a role in Russia's air defense as the S-400, which has been produced in very large numbers as a cost-effective means of compensating for the relatively small size of the country's fleet of combat aircraft. Thus passing the systems on to Ukraine would likely be seen as a wasted opportunity, as while stalling Russia's advance in the country could be beneficial to Western interests, Russia's near-complete control of the skies and familiarity with the system means they likely would not last long in Ukrainian hands. Turkey has been hesitant to place economic sanctions on Russia and may well refrain from alienating Moscow with an S-400 transfer, considering the high degree of economic interdependence between them. Furthermore, with Turkey looking to build an air defense network around the S-400 and negotiating to acquire more systems, selling the system would potentially lower the Turkish government's domestic standing, making years of tensions with the United States and endurance of sanctions appear to have been for naught. It would be an effective admission that the acquisition had been a mistake.